Hi guys, welcome to Module 3, Social Responsibility. This is a short lecture, but a very important one with a lot of different reading material available. So I really want you to dive in and go a little deeper. We've got some great assignments connected to this as well. And I promise next week we will begin to start creating, working with social media. And this week you will get an opportunity to create some stuff. So don't fret. Social media use is on the horizon, but right now it's important for us to understand some of the basics and set the groundwork for social media use. And we've really got to focus on an important topic here, which is social responsibility. So I think a real question here is, whose responsibility is it? And I'm going to ask you guys some questions in this lecture for you to think about. So how do we define social responsibility? Well, Wikipedia defines social responsibility as an ethical framework which suggests an obligation to act for the benefit of the society at large. So, is there a difference between a citizen's responsibility in society at large and a user's responsibility on social media? What are the suggested behaviors that might happen in society? And what are some suggested behaviors that might happen in social media? And are they the kind of behaviors that are parallel? Or are they completely opposite of each other? I want you to think about rules and ethics and how that connects to our behaviors, morality. So another aspect of social media that has made it difficult for us to really, digest social responsibility is the speed of information today. There is a TED Talk YouTube video. You don't have to answer any questions to it, but I just wanted you guys to watch it about social media and how crisis information is spread today. So, an event that never made the news 10 years ago can become a full-blown crisis in a matter of hours today. And we've had so many of those happen to us just in the past year. I'm not going to name all of those. I'm sure you guys can think about those different crisis moments. I mean, these are where people are going live on Facebook, where people are posting videos of things that they shouldn't. All sorts of stuff. So, real question is, whose responsibility is it to make sure that everyone is behaving responsibly? And, are there consequences to the rules? Or are there rules and or consequences when you demonstrate social responsibility? So let's talk about, is it our federal government's responsibility to make sure that we've got access, or we're denied access, or that they make sure that the web is safe, for the social media applications are safe for use? Is it the responsibility of our state government? Because federal laws and state laws can be different. I mean, we've got net neutrality that just that's a topic that we could definitely talk about. There's an article I have for you guys about what's happening in Iran right now for you to read and try and see if there's any parallels with social responsibility and how the federal government is handling social media use. Then I'm not going to give you a little bit more information. I want you to read it to see what we're talking about. And if you've paid attention to the news at all, you probably are aware of what's happening in Iran. Businesses, is it their responsibility to be responsible? I don't know if any of you have seen that video of Domino's, where there are two workers in the back. One of them just took a video of her co-worker messing with somebody's garlic bread, and he sneezed, and they poked at it, and then they were joking about it, and the video went viral, and the president of Domino's saw this and Those individuals were immediately fired. He put out a PSA about how they had what location that was and what state and what they'd done to that specific location and how they sanitized it and how they've now got warrants out for the arrest of these 2 individuals. Is that going too far? Was that fair? Was that something that Domino's needed to do to protect their brand, which is something we'll talk about in next week, or to protect their customers, to have people trust them, to make sure that they are socially responsible? Is the platform creators, the people who created Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or YouTube, is it their job to make sure that if somebody posts something that's rude, sexist, racist, ageist, ethnocentric, where do we draw the line? Who's responsible? What is okay for us to say and what is not okay for us to say? And we are in very trying times right now where this is a conversation that is happening at dinner tables, in the workplace, on first dates, in the classroom. People are talking about responsibility. We're talking about what's okay for us to do, what's okay for us not to do. Who's responsible when somebody posts something or doesn't? Mission of information, maybe even. Parents, are they responsible? Is it a parent's responsibility to make sure that their kid is using social media responsibility, or is it their job to monitor their kids' social media use? Or is it the platform creator's responsibility, or is it something that our federal government should be responsible for? Or is it the citizens, the users of social media? Are we the ones who are responsible for our own behavior? I want you to really think about this. And I like to draw the parallel with this specific example, because I think this really opens our eyes to the lack of a curtain or a door or boundaries. If you were going to a retail location and you want to try on some clothing, would you just try that clothing on in the middle of the store, take everything off, try it on, see if you liked it, and then get undressed and dressed in your regular clothes again? Probably not, right? We want a little bit of privacy. We want a little bit of, I guess privacy is the best word for that. We want to go into the fitting room or the dressing room, and we're going to do that on our own time. We're not going to let everybody see everything. We're not going to disclose all of our goods, let everyone be aware of what's happening. But unfortunately, with social media, that's what we all do, or many of us do. We have to record every single moment that's happening in our life online. And is that responsible? And I want you to really think beyond now. Think about like an unborn child and their digital footprint that's being posted before they have even been given life. The mother's belly, the ultrasound, the child's birth, images of them throughout their childhood, posted videos. These individuals don't have an opportunity to not have a digital footprint. We're making that choice for them. And is that fair? Is that responsible? Again, is that the parent's responsibility? Is that a platform creator's responsibility? Is it something that our government should begin to think about protecting our children under the age of 18? When you think about all that. Social media, the good, the bad, the ugly. So there's a lot of good stuff that's happening out there with social media. The change campaigns, feeding the hungry, protecting oceans, emergency response, fighting cyberbullying. body positivity, which is a great thing right now. You've got the Me Too movement that's happening. The Tom's 1 for 1, which is something that's actually was kind of a trendsetter. They were sort of a trendsetter organization for what everybody does now. You purchase items from one store, or you purchase after 10 items are purchased, or what percentage of sales are going to go to a specific organization, or backpacks are going to be packed and given to kids who are in need. That's sort of like the trend now with a lot of companies, to give back with every little bit that they receive. But Tom's was sort of the pioneer in that area. Some bad and ugly, excessive information. I just discussed that. We're literally putting everything out there all the time. People know what we're eating, when we're flying, when we're on vacation, if we've done something funny. We literally post everything. Your child's dance performance, your live video feeding from anywhere. There's just so much information out there. Do we really need all of this? Cyberbullying, just like as we're fighting it, it's also becoming a really big issue. You've got kids committing suicide because of this. It's a really big issue. And again, whose responsibility is that? If a kid commits suicide because of cyberbullying, is it the school's responsibility? Is it the parents' responsibility? Is it our government's responsibility? Is it that platform creator's responsibility because they can see everything? What do you guys really think about that? Child predators. They're out there. They're waiting. Catfishing. Dangerous challenges. We've got a video for you to watch. I'm sure you've seen a lot of those out there. The cinnamon challenge. There's so many out there. Geotagging. Geotagging can be pretty detrimental. I like to use the example of poachers. So let's say I went on vacation on safari to Africa, and I saw a beautiful rhinoceros or elephant, and I decided to take a photograph of that specific animal and then post it. And you got my locator on my phone, so it locates my exact location. So all the images have a geotag, longitude, latitude, location on them. A poacher's searching online and they find that image. They see the location of that image. They jump on that plane. They head right to the specific location that we were on safari. Not too far from there, they find that elephant or that rhinoceros and kill it. Geotagging could be bad if, let's say, you were on vacation. A lot of people do that. We go on vacation and we're letting everybody know we're in Hawaii and, we're on vacation in the mountains or we've gone to Europe, and guess what you're telling people? You're not home. Come on in. Rob my house. It's available. Nobody's there. Company bashing. It's just something that happens a lot, and we got to be very mindful. I'm going to tell you guys this now. Don't burn bridges. You never want to burn bridges. You never know who you're going to work for, who's connected to who, who's neighbors with who, whose kids on the same swim team with another person. Don't bash your company on social media. That's just my one word of advice. Keep it to yourself, or just do it in person with somebody else that's close to you that you really love and trust. And with that, that is the social responsibility lecture. Do have 2 videos for you that go with this lecture. There's that one TED Ed video, or the TED Talk video on crisis management. It's about an 18-minute video for you to just watch. You don't have to respond to any questions for that. And then there's the 10 most dangerous social media challenges. So, all right, thank you.